Yeah.
Oh, y'all. So season 3 of The Shy came on this Sunday, episode 1. And I don't know if we're going to a funeral or a wedding. We would just start with the funeral. Alright, so I want to start off by saying that this video does contain spoilers. So if you have not had the pleasure of watching season 3, episode 1 of The Shy, pause me, go watch the show, and come back. I do not want y'all in my comments going ham on me if you watch this video before you watch the episode. So, okay, girl, go ahead and watch your episode. I'll wait. Ready? All right, so you good? You straight? You watched it? You got your life? All right, let's talk, girl. So I really have became a fan of The Shy. I started off with season 1, but I was really late watching it. By the time season 2 was getting ready to start is when I caught up to even knowing about the show. I used to hear Head Craig talk about it a lot on his radio platform. So I started with season 1 and I was immediately hooked. I've never been to Chicago. I've always wanted to visit, but just watching the episodes after episode, it makes you feel like you're a part of that community. You can relate to the culture, obviously. You can relate to the society, obviously. And no matter what hood you're from, you can relate to struggle. You can relate to just different things that go on in our daily lives. And this series does a really good job of capturing that. I think, you know, they kind of embody, you know, what we go through on a daily basis. And then there's extra additions in that, but at some point in your life, no matter which character you can relate to, you either know someone in your family or you yourself is going through one of their experiences. So I was immediately hooked, and it has absolutely nothing to do with Common being one of the executive producers, although that did help me like the series a whole lot more. But that's neither here nor there. I think Lena Waithe does a really good job of just embodying Chicago and the feel of the city. So season 3 starts off really eventful, and there's some questions that I have now that I've seen episode 1. I've had to watch it twice. So the episode opens up with Keisha running through this field of grass, and she's in a wedding dress. She's maybe the bridesmaid or the maid of honor, and we don't know whose wedding or what she's actually going to, but we see her running and sweating. She looks beautiful and elegant and just so classy, running through this field of greens, and you hear Luther Vandross playing in the background, so it's really nice. So then they kind of jump to Kev and his mom are talking, and then you finally realize that it's his mom that's getting married to her longtime girlfriend, Dre. So they're having this conversation, this dialogue, and they're like, where is Keisha? She's always late. Out of all the days, why is she late today? So which really makes you think, like, sis, where were you? Like, your mom was getting married and she needs you there, and you are absolutely horribly late. So anyway, she makes it there right in the nick of time. They have the wedding. Everything goes smooth and seamlessly. They look like they're having a good time. So we immediately leave that scene and we go to the funeral. So if you remember, at the end of season 2, Dre got shot. Not Dre, Reg got killed. So we just automatically assume that it's Reg, although I didn't see Reg's brother in the audience. I really wasn't looking that hard in the audience. So we see Emmett come in, and we see Kev coming in, and at the same time that Kev is coming in, do I need to stop? Okay. At the same time that Kev is coming in, Yeah, I got some notes, y'all. Ronnie is trying to get in, and the usher is like, you know how black ushers are. They not having it. If you're not on the list, you're not getting in. This is just like VIP at the club. So they're not letting Ronnie in. But Ronnie keeps up so much mischief around the community. It's still not dawning on me whose funeral this really is. So then Kev sits down. He's next to Emmett, and the camera just kind of scopes the scene. It passes through the closed casket, and we see Brandon's picture, y'all. It's Brandon's funeral. Brandon has passed away. So we know in real life that Jason Mitchell has had some infractions and some different things going on with his life. Keep him lifted in prayer. So I don't know what's going on, but we do know that he made a separation from the show. So I was very eager to see how they was going to make their transition, but I didn't know I didn't know season 3 episode 1 that they was gonna cancel Christmas on Brandon. But anyway, Brandon didn't even tell us goodbye or give us no follow-up story. So his mom gets on the pulpit and she's, what's wrong? Resume, or do we start over? Is resuming? Okay. So his mom gets on the pulpit and she's giving this really heartfelt delivery, but in her own way. We know how, what's mom's name? Anyway, we know how Brandon's mom, I forgot her name, Tasha or something. We know how she is, and she could be, very aggressive. And so I was like, really, Brandon's mom, you cursing in the church? But that's okay, I understand. So she makes her speech, and they go ahead and escort his body out. So then the snake Duda tries to come up to her and give his condolences, but she already seen right through him. She's probably not cognizant of him having to do something with her son's death, but she knows he's a shady character. She don't know him. She was like, my son ain't never mentioned you, and kept it moving. And he's doing this whole political scheme where he's running for an office seat, and it's just real reminiscent of Power and how Power tried to do the whole corrupt political system, which makes one wonder, is there any truth to that in real life? Is there so much corruption in the political system that these shows are capturing that? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's stick to the subject. So I'm just all distraught because I found out that Brandon has passed away, and his mom mentions Jerica, but I did not see Jerica in the audience. In fact, I had to watch it again just to make sure that homegirl wasn't there. She didn't even come to her man's funeral, even though I know they broke up in season 2 and she gave the ring back and all of that. But you could have at least came to the brother funeral. But anyway, moving on. So then it kind of bounces back between the funeral and the wedding. So the wedding is going on the same day of the funeral. Emmett has to leave the funeral a little bit early and go cater the wedding. And you could kind of tell that his mind is elsewhere because Brandon was really close. He and Brandon was really close, I should say. So the wedding party's complaining that the macaroni and cheese weren't right. And we, as people of color, know that the macaroni matters. So who made it, how they made it, what cheese they used, if it's good, all of that plays a role in having good macaroni. Then they're complaining about the chicken wasn't seasoned, and people of color, we know we like our food seasoned. And so I'm going to just charge it to Emmett was dealing with a lot of stress. He got a baby on the way, which I'll get to that. And then Brandon's passing. So it's just a lot of things going on. And he didn't season the food. So they're complaining about that. Then we kind of see Keisha's demeanor. So her demeanor in this entire episode has been like she's disturbed. So we already know that she was running to her mama's funeral. Her mama's funeral. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Her mama's wedding. Where were you coming from? Like, why are you in such a hurry? What was going on? That, and then she really wasn't feeling the wedding. So she kind of talked about how she doesn't like her stepmom, type of thing. And she did kind of let Emmett know that she's a little bit worried about going to college, We do find out that she has a track scholarship, so she has a lot of things going for her. So now we want to talk about Emmett. You know, Emmett had his baby mama drama, but I really like the relationship that Keisha and Emmett seem to have now. They seem to be at a place where they can at least be amicable with each other. They have a platonic friendship, looks like. Keisha came to the house where him and his baby mama reside, and she was able to drop off the rest of his deposit money for his catering services. And I really like that Kev's mom still paid him even though the food was nasty and they had to order pizza. That was really nice. So anyway, she's bringing the money, and the baby mama was like, you know what, I don't mind you dropping off my money, but just don't come in my house looking like a hooker. I'm like, girl, really? You should be happy that he's still trying to you know, keep this business going. And instead of sitting there smoking weed, which I have a problem with that because I thought she was pregnant, you should have been helping him get that macaroni together and season that chicken. But I digress. Anyway, so they have a dialogue. I didn't know Luke was around. Where did he come from? So he comes in, he kills somebody to get to Duda, and they have a dialogue, and he's like, I want my brother back. And then at one point, he even kind of pays his mom to get his brother back. But how many of y'all feel like his mama not gonna go to that courthouse when she gets that $10,000? I'm just saying. So I don't know what Luke's character name is in the show, but I just know him as Luke James. So there it is. Papa, my absolute favorite character. I could not wait to see Papa. So Papa, oh my God, he is my favorite character on this series. So Papa is, you know, back to being his self, being funny and charismatic. So the boys are being real managed. Kev, and I forget the guy's name with the dreads, but he's always up to something. So Kev's mom and her new wife are in their honeymoon, and so they already know how Keisha is. Keisha down for whatever. She cool. She let him drink at the wedding, all kind of stuff. So she like basically don't have the apartment smelling like weed, and y'all can do whatever because I got stuff to do. So anyway, the three of them conjure up this plan to have a pajama party, and they invite Ebony and the other girls, young ladies, and so they're being managed and doing what boys do. So after the girls leave, after they, you know, chill for a while or whatever, the girls leave. So Papa is like, well, I rubbed her feet and we talked about plans for our future and to work in nonprofits and all of that, and I thought that was hilarious. So the other two manage bad children. And then I don't even know how old they are, but that's another question I have. They're like, well, we did this and we did that, and for the sake of, you know, not wanting to get blocked, I'm not gonna say what they said, but you saw it, you seen what they said, you heard. So he was like, I hope y'all don't have no soul tie. And so Kev was like, man, you think I'm so tired? And he was like, you know what, we're gonna have to circle back around because I'm not sure about what you did, if that classifies as having a soul tie. So I thought that was absolutely hilarious. But you know, Papa be really speaking truth, real talk. So I was just really you know, tickled by that whole scene. And so, which leads me kind of to back to Keisha, like, what are you going through? What are you dealing with? So it's like daylight when she leaves the kids at the apartment, and then we see her go to Emmett's house and give him the money. It's still daylight. So then we fast forward to Ronnie's getting drunk, you know, which that's not something that we are surprised by. He's had some problems staying sober in the past. We don't see Tracy this episode, so we really don't know how their relationship panned out, because at the end of season 2, he attended the christening for his grandchild with Tracy, And he also saw his dad, and they kind of worked on a car, whatever. So we don't know if Tracy got an attitude and was like, you didn't come back and pick me up in time, or whatever. She thought he was out drinking, or however that worked, we don't know. But it caused him to relapse, and he's starting to drink heavily again. And so we see him leave the bar. It's daylight, right? We see them refuse to give him more service. We see them refuse him service, but he's like, it's all good because I got a flask in my pocket. So he keeps drinking. So we fast forward to Keisha is at the bus stop waiting to go see her boyfriend. But by this time it's dark. And if you're anything like me, I just want to know, put in the comments, how many times did you pause to read those text messages? I had to pause maybe like 5 times to read the text messages, and her boyfriend was like, I think his name is Nook, but he was like, are you coming or what? And she was like, I got caught up, but I'm on my way. And she was like, don't ruin the night before it gets started. And they having they dialogue. So then Ronnie walks past her, and he just kind of gives her this look, and she's like keep it pushing. And I kid you not, the bus is like coming towards her at the intersection, and Ronnie walks by the bus stop. By the time the bus turns to come to the street where she's seated at the bus stop, she's gone. Not only is she gone, Ronnie is nowhere to be seen at this point, and her cell phone is on the ground, cracked. So whatever happened, it happened so fast that, you know, she just disappeared. So I have kind of gotten accustomed to the way this series works. Right when you feel like in your mind you already know the setup, is really not that. So I am leaning more towards Ronnie didn't have anything to do with it. We all know Ronnie is, you know, has some substance abuse issues, but I don't think that he would go that far. And I'm also venturing out to say that I don't think Brandon's dead. I think he's in witness protection. So we can only wait and see. I'm so excited that this series is back, and I will be tuned in every Sunday, and I will be here to give my 2 cents, my little opinion after each show. So you guys take care, be safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.